Hey guys, I'm Amaroth, and in the last video in this series we have taken a look at LightParams and how they are used. And this will be just a short dedicated video to creating new LightParams because it's a little bit more tricky than one would expect. So I wanted to make a dedicated video about that. So there is our light setting 16 we have used, which is in Eastern Denmark. And we will make a copy of LightParams 34. We will make a new copy and we will make it on new ID 1001. I will show you why a little bit later. So LightParams DBC, that's quite straightforward. Just go to 34 and make a new copy of it. And ID I will use is 1001. So this is just a new copy of LightParams 34. Now I can just use 1001 here. But this isn't done. Actually, for LightParams DBC, there are another 24 settings which are related to that. And those are in LightFloatBand and in LightIntBand DBCs. And it's a little bit more complicated even because when you take a look into LightIntBand, you will find that there are actually 18 rows for one light setting here. And in LightFloatBand, there are actually 6 rows for one light setting. And it is even worse, there is no grouping. There is nothing like group ID or something like that here. They are just grouped by IDs themselves. So how to find which IDs are those we need to copy and on which IDs we want to copy them? Well, in LightFloatBand there are 6 rows for one LightParams, and how to get them is taking ID of LightParams. That's LightParams is 34 for in our case, and in a case of LightFloatBand there are 6 records. 34 times 6 is 204, and that's the last one of those 6 which are important for us. So that's 204, that's the last ID of that range, and minus 5, not minus 6 but minus 5 is 199, and that's the first record. So these 6 records here in LightFloatBand are records for LightParams 34. Now the same can be done with LightIntBand, but you need to remember that there are 18 rows which are important for us. So in LightIntBand case, we need to take yet again ID of LightParams, that's 34, times 18 in this case, that's 612, minus 17 now, 595. So these 18 rows in LightIntBand are related to LightParams 34. Okay. Now, why have I chosen 1001 as my new ID? You can probably guess it now, because 1001 times 6 is 6006 minus 5 is 6001. And 1001 times 18 is yet again, and minus 17, that's yet again a pair of nice numbers which are easy to remember. So that's why I have chosen this ID as ID for my custom LightParams, or for the first LightParams we are going to create here in this tutorial. So what we already need to do is copy 199 to 6001, copy 200 to 6002, and so on within those two DBCs. So we need to make a bunch of copies. That's a lot of work. I would like to just notify you about one thing before we move to copying. In LightFloatBand, there is a ton of these high negative numbers here. I don't know why are they there. These are untouched Bliss-like DBCs, and I have tried to open this DBC in multiple different editors, and these numbers are always there. I don't know why they are here, but there should be the same as 0. So if you replace them with 0, it shouldn't do anything. It should be the same as 0. So ignore these high negative numbers here. They are probably supposed to be there. I don't know what is going on here. Really. Probably some issue with conversion from binary to decimal. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe some incorrect knowledge about DBC structure, whatever. But editing this DBC works. That's important. So in LightDBC, I have just chosen 1001 as new LightParams we will be using here, and that's it. I have made a copy in LightParams of 34 to 1001. That's our new copy, so we can save this and it's done. And now you need to make a bunch of copies in those two DBCs here. That's a lot of work. How to do it quicker? Just close DBCs and open, and we will convert them to CSV. So, by the way, for some reason, CSV to DBC converter in the WDVX editor doesn't work for me, so I will use Nell's ones. LightIntBand and LightFloatBand. Let's convert them to CSVs. And now open them in Notepad. In case of LightFloatBand, we need to copy these ones here. So let's find 199, that's here, up to 204. So these 6 records are the ones we want to copy. So copy them and paste them at the end of file. And now just change IDs. So 6001, 6002, and so on. I won't do this with every one of them because that would just make video longer without any good reason for it. So you would just change IDs, save it, convert it back to DBC, and now we can just check and make sure that it's alright. So here they are. We've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new records, which are copies of old ones. And that's it. And the same we need to do with LightIntBand as well, but in this case we will need 18 rows. So let's find 595. That's somewhere here. So that's the first one, and up to 612. Okay. So these 18 ones, copy them, paste them here, and yet again change ID. So 18001, and just continuing, you know, this type 18002, and so on, so on, so on, and you would get to 18018, and that's it. Save it, convert it back to DBC, open it to make sure, and here we've got our new, we would have our new 18 rows, 18 records here. So that's how you make copy of many rows in DBCs, and by doing this you would make a new LightParams and it would work without any issues. And when new LightParams is working for you, then you can start toying around with it. I will make another videos in which I will show you what LightIntBand is for and LightFloatBand is for. But basically LightFloatBand is controlling density of clouds and some brightness and so on. It's most of all it's important for fog intensity and distance. And LightIntBand is actually storing all colors. Every light setting is using 18 different colors. So you can change colors here, and you can change how they are changing during the day. And the same applies to fog intensity, by the way, in LightFloatBand. So these are those two DBCs, and we will discuss them in following episodes. So that's it. That's how you create new light setting, light params for you, which you can use somewhere, and which we will toy around with because it's just a little bit more convenient and better to edit some new custom stuff instead of editing BlizzLight stuff, because that can just start breaking things up. So that's it, guys. That's for now everything I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful for you, and as always, happy modding.